everybody, and welcome to the new MBHL On The Ball studio. I'm your host, Matthew LaFleur Harewood, and I hope you're ready for some great ball hockey action, because that's exactly what we're going to be delivering you. We have 4 club styling games for you this episode, so you know what? Enough of this mumbo jumbo, let's get right to it. Our first game pits the Studs versus the Wolfpack in the G League. The Studs come into this game having lost their last game to GK, and having only scored 3 goals in the first 2 games of the season. The Wolfpack, on the other hand, are fresh off a 9-1 thumping of Team Those Guys. Wolfpack's Sugnesh Patel is on fire right now, having scored 5 goals and 5 assists in only 2 games. We join in near the 5-minute mark of the first period. Studs player Justin Tsiba scoops the loose ball from the scrum in the corner and sends it out to Steph Tsiba posted up in front of the crease, who buries it past Jagra Kang. Studs take an early 1-0 lead. Following a turnover at the Studs blue line, Binte Patel carries the puck into the slot, but his shot is stopped by Chris Vafidis. Moments later, the Wolfpack can't clear their zone, and Justin Tsiba finds Norm McKay alone in front of the net, but Kang stones him cold. Back the other way, Sugnesh Patel is robbed by Vafidis with a serious glove save. Amit Patel comes charging in soon after, but once again Vafidis is there to poke check the ball away. Binte Patel then shows some great patience and hands in the stud zone, spinning not once, but twice to get around Brad Pug before ringing his shot off the post behind Vafidis. Back in Wolfpack zone, Steph Tsiba gets a pass from Rob Togby, but sends his shot wide. Another turnover at the Studs blue line allows Amit Patel to come in on a 2-on-1, but Vafidis flashes the leather again. Pure larceny. All these saves would pay off when early in the second period, Togby sends Justin Tsiba in on a breakaway. He makes no mistake going blocker side, making it 2-0 Studs. Moving on to the 8th minute of the second, Patik Patel post-ups on the end board and feeds a trailing Binte Patel, who wires that one-timer past Vafidis. Soon after, Sugnesh Patel takes the ball from the corner, pushes his way into the slot, and goes 5-hole on Vafidis. And just like that, folks, we have ourselves a 2-2 tie. The Wolfpack are back on the attack moments later, but Vafidis closes the door with some rather acrobatic saves, if you ask me. But with that said, with Vafidis screened in front, Patik Patel risks the ball through traffic, completing the comeback. Sugnesh would soon after add the insurance marker with a slap shot from the face-off circle. The Wolfpack take this one 4-2. Both Sugnesh and Binte would finish the game with 3 points apiece. The Wolfpack would improve to 2-0-1, while the Studs drop to 1-2. The next game sees V-Town Light take on the Crazy Canucks in C-League action. Both teams will be looking for their first win of the season. V-Town Light lost their opening game against the Piranhas, while the Crazy Canucks are 0-2, losing to both IHAS Ball Hockey and United. Neither team has managed to score more than 2 goals in a game, so they'll both be hoping for more offense to get the W. In first period action, François Gosselin's initial shot is blocked, but he finds Julien Belzile, who sees his redirect stopped by V-Town Light goalie Matt Watterson. Gosselin is back just moments later, cutting into the zone and dishing a pass out to Alex Lacoste. Watterson makes the save on Lacoste, and PB Daou's rebound goes wide. Heading the other way now, Shea Harper finds himself streaking alone against Joel Belzile, but he can't find the back of the net. Soon after, Jonathan Belzile steps around Sean Lapio, and roof daddy on Watterson. 1-0 Crazy Canucks. V-Town Light wastes no time looking for the equalizer, but Joel Belzile makes a big save on Justin O'Reilly, and then again on Connell Fitzgibbon. Another look cross crease. Minutes later, with the face-off back in V-Town zone, François Gosselin wins it back to Jonathan Belzile, who slaps the ball towards the net. Watterson gets a piece of it, but the ball trickles in. 2-0 Crazy Canucks. Now in the second period, François Gosselin pierces the D, but Watterson comes out of the net and pokes the ball free. With V-Town on the power play, Joe Lothian finds a teammate in front, but they can't get the ball past a sprawling Belzile. Moments later, Jérémy Savoie finds himself on a breakaway, but his backhand attempt is stopped by a wicked toe save. V-Town would finally get on the board with 10 minutes left in the game. François Bayer's floating backhand fools Belzile, probably a shot that he would like to have back. Steve Drake and Colin Fitzgibbon get assists on the goal. The Crazy Canucks would quickly restore their 2-goal lead. Lacoste finds himself on a breakaway but is stopped again. He grabs his own rebound and feeds Mathieu Lavoie, who slides the ball into an open cage. V-Town Light are on the power play again at the end of the period. Evan Fitzgibbon finds Connell alone at the face-off dot, takes a look, and fires the ball past Belzile. 3-2 game with a minute left. With 10 seconds left in the game, Bayer stops the Crazy Canucks clearing attempt. This time, Connell feeds Evan alone in front of the net and scores with 2.5 seconds left on the clock. This wild one ends in a 3-3 tie. Both teams would fail on getting their first wins of the season. Connell Fitzgibbon had 1 goal and 2 assists for Vitan Light, while Jonathan Belzil had 2 goals for the Crazy Canucks. Our third game has 2 teams facing off in the highest level we have to offer in the A-League. The 0-1 Trailer Park Boys take on BC, who are 1-1. The Trailer Park Boys won the C-League Championship in the fall and are looking once again to make an impact this season, but they'll need to get that first win to get going. BC is known for scoring, having scored in bunches last season and sporting a goal per game average of 3 in the first 2 games this season. In early first period action, Trailer Park Boys goalie Brian Marchetti makes 2 big saves against BC's Vincent Lemoyne. Now in BC's zone, Eric Larson comes out of the corner and into the slot, but his wrister is stopped by BC goalie Jason Leclerc. Nick Leclerc then shows off his ridiculous speed by burning by both defensemen before being stopped by Marchetti. Marchetti makes another save off a pretty good wrist shot from Pat Leclerc soon after. BC turns it over in the neutral zone, allowing Nick Laframboise to come down on a 2-on-1. He opts to shoot but sends it wide. Back in Trailer Park Boys zone, Vasil Nachev sets up in the slot, spins and shoots, but Marchetti is once again there to make the save. Nachev then wins a neutral zone face-off forward, passes the ball off to Jason Prince, who shoots it over Marchetti's shoulder and in. That's his first of the season, 1-0 BC. In the second period, a little number 7 on number 7 crime, as Dave Mullen sends Mike Brisson spinning into the boards. He would get 2 for roughing. The boys would get some good chances on the power play, but Leclerc would be there to stop them every time. Whether the shots were from far, up close, or even when screened, it wasn't going in. A face-off in Trailer Park Boys zone would quickly turn into a breakaway for Eric Larson. His shot manages to fool Leclerc, but hits the post and stays out. Not long after, Nachev has the ball near the blue line and sends a seeing-eye shot past Marchetti, who was well screened by Nick Leclerc. That's his second point of the night. Nachev is back at it again moments later on a partial break, but can't bring the ball back to his backhand and slide the ball past Marchetti. Eric De Silva then dipsy dangles around 3 BC players, but can't beat Leclerc up high. Down by 2 in the dying moments of the period, the boys pulled their goalie for an extra attacker. BC would miss 2 opportunities to seal the deal, but it wouldn't matter as they would go on to win it 2-0. Leclerc would go on to make 13 saves to register his first shutout of the season, improving BC's record to 2-1 while the Trailer Park Boys dropped to 0-2. Our final game brings us back to the G League, where Beaverbait is going up against those guys. Beaverbait has 1 point in the standings and are 0-1-1, while those guys lost their only game against the Wolfpack. Sam Beauchamp of Beaverbait and those guys' duo of Chris Clement and Terry Fine are definitely the key players in this matchup. Right off the opening faceoff, Chris Clement takes the ball, goes around Beaverbait defender Joe Medeiros, but can't beat goalie Eric Nantel. Clement would then feed Terry Fine, who speeds down into Beaverbait territory. He tries a backhand forehand deke, but hits the post behind Nantel. Fine and Clement come down on a 2-on-1. Fine tries to go 5-hole, it squeezes through, but Nantel recovers in time to cover it up. Heading back the other way, Sam Beauchamp, a name that you'll hear quite often, goes on a breakaway of his own, but can't beat Patrick Martin's blocker side. Moments later, Graham Bernard gets the ball at the point. He tees it up and sends it by Martin. It's 1-0 Beaverbait. Beauchamp is back on another breakaway, makes a deke to the forehand, but is hauled down by Jeff Lindlodge. No penalty shot is awarded. On the ensuing power play though, Fine breaks in on a 2-on-0 with Clement. His pass is stopped by a great backcheck by Josh Keelan, but Clement sends the loose ball between Nantel's legs. Not long after the goal, Beauchamp is sent on now his 3rd breakaway of the period. He tries to go backhand, but the ball spins off his stick and into the corner. You never know what might happen if you just send the ball to the net, and Keelan does just that, scoring late in the period to get the 2-1 lead going into the second. The Clement Fine Beauchamp show would continue in the second period. Clement's shot just misses the far corner. And then, off the face-off, Fine would get a pass from Clement, but sees his backhand attempt stopped and cleared. At the other end, Beauchamp goes with the old adage, if at first you don't succeed, then try a second time. If that fails, try again. If the 3rd time misses, just let your teammate put it in. Paul Lyons scores off the Beauchamp missed shot. It's 3-1 Beaverbait. Fine and Clement would follow up with a nice give and go, but once again Nantel makes another key save. Beauchamp would give it not one, but two more shots before finally getting the goal he was looking for. Beaver Bait wins 4-1. Josh Keelan was Beaver Bait's top point getter with 1 goal and 2 assists. Beaver Bait get back to 500 for the first time this season, while those guys fall to 0-2. It's now time for the highlight of the night. And for that, we go back to V-Town Light versus Crazy Canucks, where Jonathan Belzile undresses his defender and goes top cheese on Waterson. Just a dirty dangle from a skilled player, picking his corner. And now we'll look at your updated standings and leading scorers. Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you comment on our Facebook page right under the video. We want to know what you thought about the inaugural show. Did you agree with the highlight of the night? Do you think somebody else should have gotten it? Why don't you tell us what you think? For MBHL on the Ball, I'm Matthew LaFleur Harwood, and I hope to see you guys next time.